This is my very beautiful GSX-R 600. And this guy right here, he's a thief and he's about to steal my bike. But first, I need to explain to you how we got here. So I bought all the best motorcycle anti-theft devices to test and see which ones will protect your motorcycle best. And we're gonna test them out in a real world situation with a real thief. And the bike that we're gonna use for our bait bike is the one and only Suzuki GSX-R 600, one of the most commonly stolen motorcycles. And this bike is perfect for the job because it's got experience with being stolen. So here's the plan. We staged the GSX-R on the street. Now, not just any street, the mean streets of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And then our thief, okay, I'll admit it's actually Craig. We'll see how long it takes him to break into each anti-theft device. And we're gonna be monitoring this with a hidden secret camera. Okay, it's not that hidden or that secret, it's just a camera on top of Van Diesel. Craig will also have to deal with all the variables that a thief would normally have to deal with, such as vigilantes, bystanders, police jumping in, children mistaking him for a younger, thinner Santa Claus, and the most frightening thing of all, the potential guard snake. Now, the first motorcycle anti-theft device we're gonna try is the classic brake lock. And the way this works is, I'll show you. This goes around the brake, this goes around the bar, and then it locks down like this. And the idea is that because the front brake is engaged, that you can't, it's gonna be kind of a pain to move the bike. Now, the benefit of something like this is, one, they're pretty inexpensive. Two, it'll fit in your pocket, it's really small. And three, it's really, really easy to use. You saw it took me 2 seconds to put it on, and it only took me a couple seconds with the key to take it off. So let's see how long it takes Craig to bust this thing open, if he even can bust it open. So the thief walks up and scopes out the bike. After checking to see that the coast is clear, he checks to make sure the bike lock is working. He looks around once again, just like thieves often do before he commits a crime, and then just with a screwdriver and a wrench, he disconnects the brake lever from the master cylinder, bypassing the anti-theft device entirely. And in less than 2 minutes, without making any noise, walks away with my bike.
That took a little longer than I thought it was gonna. With the pressure on the front brake, it's a little harder to pull that pin out, but as you can see, I could have done that in probably 30 seconds and been gone. A couple other things I could have done that would have been quicker. One is I could have just cut the brake lever. Could have just cut that right off and boom, I'm gone in less than 10 seconds. This seems pretty stout. I'd say one of the things that's gonna keep honest people honest. So should you buy this? A trained thief is gonna get through this in seconds and your bike's gonna be gone.
Now, there are 3 ways that a motorcycle thief will try and steal your motorcycle. The first is probably the simplest, and that's just to ride off with the bike to their lair, cave, or swamp. And once he's riding the bike, he doesn't look suspicious anymore. He just blends in with all the other criminals riding motorcycles. The biggest obstacle that they'll need to overcome is turning the ignition switch. And since most motorcycles don't use an ignition that requires a transponder, you could just jam a screwdriver in there and turn the switch if you have enough leverage, or use a special file down blank key, or unplug the ignition and then plug in your own from another bike and then just turn the key and be on your way. Now, this is not the first time this motorcycle has been stolen. After we posted the first video about this about a year ago of me and Craig trying to restore a wrecked bike that we bought at the auction in just 8 hours, I got an unusual message from someone on Instagram who said, "That's my bike." And he even sent photographic proof, and we compared the VIN, and it's right. It was his bike. Now, I'm gonna get back to the story in a second, but with these next items right here, I've saved that bike from getting stolen. We're gonna find out. This is the classic motorcycle rotor lock. And what this does is it puts a little pin inside one of the holes in the rotor and stops your bike from being able to move, and it hits the forks and stuff like that. And this is the mighty, mighty, legendary Vulcan chain. Look how thick that chain is. This is said to be almost uncuttable. I'm gonna put both of these on the motorcycle at the same time and see how long it takes Craig before he can steal the motorcycle, if he's even able to do it. So I mounted the unbreakable chain on the bike and the rotor lock. Let's see if Craig, our thief, can steal the bike in broad daylight on a busy road with neighbors walking by. So once again, our thief walks up to scope out his next victim. But this time, he's wearing a mask. Seeing the chain on the back tire, he pulls out his bolt cutter. But the rotor lock has a motion sensor and is now going off, letting everyone around him know that this bike is getting stolen, but no one seems to care. The bolt cutters were no match for the unbreakable chain, and the bike is saved until the thief pulls out this. And in about 3 minutes, he was able to get past the chain. Then for the rotor lock, although it was loud and annoying, it only took the thief 2 minutes to get past it and steal my bike.
It slowed me down. There's no way anybody's getting through this thing with bolt cutters. I was either going to break myself or the bolt cutters. I think this is a pretty good way to secure your bikes. It's kind of the method I use when I take my dirt bikes and overnight trips. It is definitely going to slow somebody down, but they will need power tools to get it off. I like it. I think this is a good product. This little thing will slow people down, and it makes noise. It could make a louder noise with the alarm. They are going to need power tools to get it off. I was a little concerned about this one, and one of the things I don't like about these is that cord. You need to keep the cord with these, and that cord comes up to your handlebars, and the reason that cord comes up to your handlebars is so you don't forget you put this on, start your bike, put it in gear, and ride away with this on your front or rear caliper. It breaks things. Ask me how I know that. I didn't do it. I had to fix one for a guy that did it.
So here's an example of the second way a motorcycle thief will steal your motorcycle. First, you see these gentlemen walk up to scope out the bike. And then you notice the first guy pushes the handlebar to see if the steering wheel lock is on. And it is. And the bike is saved, and the good guys win, and the bad guys are defeated, and they're questioning all their life choices. No. They come back 2 seconds later and easily break the fork lock and shamefully duck walk the bike back to their marsh or wherever awful place they come from. So after this GSXR got stolen, the police told the owner, "You're never gonna see the bike again." And all the money that he had invested in this thing was down the drain. But a month later, he got a phone call from the police saying, "Come get your bike." And when he shows up at the police station, this is what he found. His nice, clean, perfectly maintained motorcycle was completely destroyed. It turns out that a month later, after the bike was stolen, the thief was running from the cops and then ran the bike into another police car, and that's how he crashed it. Now I know what you're thinking, and I made a couple phone calls, and I was not able to get the body cam footage or the squad car footage of seeing that bike wreck into it, but that would have been pretty cool. But I imagine it probably looked pretty similar to this. Slide, huge crash. But the big question is, could this product right here have helped our friend from getting his bike stolen? This right here is the Mac Daddy of motorcycle theft items. This thing has baronium. It's a special coating that they put on this metal that's supposed to dull angle grinders. Let's see how long it takes Craig to figure this one out and see if he can steal that bike. So I put the new lock on our bike, and let's see if the thief can steal it now. Now this lock apparently has a special coating, making it angle grinder proof. And it appears to be working.
Dude, that's impressive.
So he decides to pull out the big guns and handheld bandsaw.
Time out, my pants are falling down.
But that doesn't work either and really dulls the blade.
It just wasted those teeth. I'm like barely halfway through this thing.
Then he tries a Sawzall, and that doesn't work. And then the thief stops and pets a dog.
Hi, puppy. How are you?
And after a few batteries and a stack of grinding discs,
This thing can't be overheating that fast. There's no way. More discs.
he still can't get the thing off.
I've never seen anything like this. It's nuts. I'm running out of tools. Well, hopefully
How are you gonna get it off?
It should spin and I can.
Hopefully it should spin.
What do you want me to say, Dad? It's broken. I still can't get. Dang it.
And it won't spin.
No. It's a pretty skookum blade you got on there, and it just knocked the teeth right off.
Our thief was successfully deterred. Nope, he's back, and with a small generator and a metal blade. And with my metal blade, he got it off pretty quick.
This is pretty impressive. I don't know if we got a bum angle grinder, battery powered angle grinder or what, but this took a plug-in angle grinder and a diamond cutoff wheel, and then it made pretty easy work of it. But regular cutoff wheels and the battery powered grinder didn't get through it, or it did, but it took forever. This is pretty secure. Not saying you can't get into it, because I did, but it's secure. I like this one.
And the third way to steal a motorcycle looks a little something like this. These guys pull up in a Silverado, classic Chevy truck guy thing to do. They pull up next to the bike inside the parking garage, and they uncover a really nice CBR 1000RR, all tucked away under its cover and not hurting a soul. And in the worst possible way, they pick up the 120-pound motorcycle and throw it into the back of the truck and drive away, causing hundreds, if not thousands of dollars of damage just to the bodywork with this move. They don't even use tank straps to tie the thing down. They just lay it down on the side. Tank straps, the world's greatest motorcycle tie-down strap, available on Amazon or m1moto.com. Don't steal motorcycles. Now we have one more device, and I don't think Craig is going to be able to bust through this one, but I know exactly what you're thinking. And you're thinking, Sean, aren't you just teaching these thieves how to steal our motorcycles? The answer is no. One, thieves don't watch my channel. They're too busy watching John Malecki trying to do woodworking.
What the heck, dude? They're not thieves. They're nice people.
And two, they already know how to steal stuff. What I'm doing is I'm informing the Bikes and Beards Brotherhood. I'm informing us on how they're doing it so that we know how to stop them from doing it. Because the better informed we are, the more likely we can stop those guys. And this is a lesson that I learned from the greatest show of all time, G.I. Joe.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Now, I legally bought this GSX-R at an auction because after it got wrecked and it was returned to the owner, he couldn't afford to fix it, so he took it back to the dealership and turned it in and got $900 for it. And that dealership sent it to the auction, and that's where I bought it. And after a year since he last saw the video of us putting this bike back together, I reached out to him and I said, hey, I got some merchandise I want to give you. Can I get your address? And he responded by saying he's closer to us than he used to be, and he just wants to stop by at the shop. Let's go see if Craig can get past the last and potentially greatest anti-theft device, and then we'll go meet the old owner. I got a little surprise for him. Ooh. Our thief rolls up and sees the target, and then he pulls out the big gun. It goes right to the portable bandsaw.
It's not liking it. Didn't even do anything. Barely scratched it.
Not having any luck with the bandsaw, he goes back to the faithful battery-powered angle grinder, and in less than 5 minutes, he's gone with my bike.
For the wheelie clamp. So basically you're gonna use something like this at your house or at your friend's house. You're not gonna really carry it around with you to use whenever you park at the ice cream shop when you're out for a ride. And it was really easy to get through with an angle grinder. So I would not recommend this style of lock. I think we've shown there's better options for you. This one here, don't spend your money on it. Don't waste your time with it. It's not gonna keep your bike safe.
Okay, hold on a second. Just to fill you guys in, during this entire process, no one stopped us, no one questioned Craig, no one called the cops. We had a lot of people, hundreds of people drive cars back, past us. No one said anything. We got a few goofy looks. Is that surprising to anyone? In broad daylight in the middle of the day, we were stealing this bike 4 times and no one did anything. I kind of lost faith in humanity. But our boy Jake is gonna be here in a little bit, and I can't wait to show him the bike, and we have a little surprise for him. You're gonna like this. What's up, Jake?
What's going on, man?
Well, hey, man, I wanted to give you some stuff.
Man.
We got a large shirt, surf shirt, got some tie-down straps. You said you got a new bike, right?
Yeah, it's a 750.
I got the sticker. We got patches somewhere, and then we got the M1 Moto, the detailing kit. So it's got the spray and the microfiber and stuff like that.
Oh, my man. Thanks, brother.
We got bad news about your bike, though.
What happened to it?
We let some guy test drive it like 2 months ago.
Uh-huh.
He totaled it.
You're kidding.
No, I'll show it to you. It's crazy.
That bike's been through a lot.
We're trying to put it back together now. I got a different color wheel. It was destroyed, man. It was awful. So I'm trying to re-put it back together, and this is what we got so far.
Oh my gosh, you really redid it.
Yeah. Dude, how many times is that bike gonna get wrecked? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, the dude who stole it from me, he ran it into a cop car. So
That's so crazy. So what was it like when the cops called you and said like, hey?
So originally, when I walked out to work, it was terrible. Like, it was the worst thing in my life. Like, I
Yeah.
walked out just going to work and the bike was gone.
Right.
And so I called Anne Arundel County Police, and they were like, yeah, unfortunately this happens. A lot of people come down from Baltimore and steal it, and then they'll chop it up. They're like, you'll probably never see that bike again. A month goes by, they call me, they're like, hey, we found your bike. I was like, they're like, yeah, we have it at the scrapyard.
You're thinking it's all nice, right?
No, they're like, we have keys. I was like, how do they have keys with it if I have the keys at home? So
Right.
the dude, I guess, punched it out and took it. But yeah, when I got it, it was terrible. I mean, there she was. And then one day I was at work. I was like, that's my bike, and that's the guy right there who stole it.
That's the guy who stole it?
Yeah, that on the left.
How'd you find him? How do you have that picture?
Because on the report they had his name, so I just looked him on Facebook.
Oh shoot.
The crazy thing about it is, this guy, his old profile picture, he posted my stolen bike on his phone.
No.
Yeah.
What happened when you took him to court?
He's paying me back over time.
Okay.
He's supposed to pay me back in a year. It's been almost 3 years now.
Oh dang.
So it's taken a while.
Actually, I'm messing with you, man. That's not your bike.
You're kidding.
Nah, I got it.
Oh my God.
This is your old bike. This is also your new bike. We're giving it back to you.
You're kidding.
Nah, man, it's all yours.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude. Now you got two bikes.
Are you
serious? Yeah, dude.
Oh my God.
This is your second bike now, man. You're getting your old bike back after 3 years, right?
Yeah.
We got new tires on it. It runs solid. It's not perfect. The body had like a little crack right here. You know what I mean? But still, it looks pretty good. I thought it looked pretty good. Yeah. Oh my God.
My heart's racing right now. Look at this thing.
It runs good, man.
My heart's racing. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Dude. So my dad used to ride before he had me, so I mean now me and him can go rides too.
Oh, it's cool. Let's fire it up.
Can I sit on her?
Hop on her, man.
Oh man. I'll tell you what though, I do like the position on this more than my 2011. The 11 was like you're like sitting up like this.
Oh really?
Yeah, this one's a lot better.
You have a safer spot you can store it?
Oh yeah, I got a garage now. So
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
So what happened, it was my first time moving out of my parents' house. I lived in an apartment, and the one night I didn't cover it. I go outside and gone. So yeah, no, I got a garage now.
I was actually worried that you suspected we were gonna give the bike back to you.
No, you have my neck over there.
Yeah.
I was just coming for some, man, I was
Yeah?
just getting some t-shirts, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Hey guys, from the Bikes and Beards team, I hope you guys all have a Merry Christmas. And remember, the true meaning of Christmas is to celebrate that God sent his only son, Jesus, to be born and to live amongst us, and then to die on the cross and save us from our sins. Hope you guys have a great Christmas. You guys are the best. If you want to see more videos, we have another one right here. It's awesome. You're gonna love it.